camera rolls on. Hi, I'm Dak Alley. Welcome to It Goes a Little Something Like This, where today we're talking about Mac Davis, the man who wrote songs off the cuff on his own national television show called The Mac Davis Show. He would take ideas from the audience and write a song right there on the spot. Talk about pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Mac Davis.
Well, you know, I used to, some people would say something and I would just start making, some people that I worked with or people that I knew or played golf with or whatever would say something and I'd write a little quick song about it. I'd try to find humor. I'd try to take words and go the opposite of where you thought I would go with it, and I'd write some little funny song. Somebody says, you know, you ought to try that on the show. So we took a big chance because, you know, time is money when you're doing a television show. And when we decided to do it, we decided, well, we'd do it at the end of the show. If we've got time left over, let's try it and see what happens. And here's the way they did it. They passed out little cards to people as they were lined up to come into the show. And they said, you need to write down a song title that you think will stump Mac, and he'll try to write a song about it. And the reason they did this, I got to see them before I walked out there, but this is while I was in the makeup chair, while the audience is filing in. They'd give me these things to look at, because basically you had to weed out. There was always some, it's like the internet, you know, people that come to TV tapings are the same people that you see on the internet. And so you got to weed out the nasty stuff. And believe me, there was plenty of it. I don't want you to write a song about cat poop, but in
But worse. Yeah, but worse.
Yeah, well, much worse. There was a lot of stuff worse. But so we weed all that stuff out, and I'd say, look, I'll try this one, I'll try that one, I'll try this one, I'll try that one. So they would seek these. They also had to know which people were going to try because they had to light the audience. In television, you can't. It's not just done. You just bring people in and shoot it. You got to have everybody lit, because if they stand up, and all of a sudden they're in dark shadow, they're darkness or whatever. So that was another reason I got to see them first and pick the people. But basically, the song was somehow or another would floating around in there until it came time to do it, and we'd take the whole show and then we'd get to that segment and for somehow or another, I just had a knack for it, and it would just pop out. People, you know, I'm not as quick as I once was, but I'll relate a quick story to you. The other night, my wife and I were having dinner with a friend of ours.
What's your wife's name?
Lisa.
Lisa.
My beautiful Lisa. And we were having dinner with actually my business manager and her niece. And I was trying to explain what I used to do, and she was like, she didn't quite get it. And I said, well, you know, I would write these little quick songs and on the spot. And it's like, okay, about that time the waitress came up and she says, if you guys are having dessert, peanut butter pie is our specialty. And I went, now there's something. That would be a song title that I would get. Somebody would give me something like that. And I would try to go a different direction from what you think I would do. And she says, oh, and she still wasn't getting it. So by the time the dessert came, I had written this song. It says, I call my girlfriend Peanut. She's the apple of my eye. She's real good looking, but she ain't a good cook, and ain't nothing wrong with peanut butter pie. So that was the kind of thing I used to. I can still do it. It just takes me a little longer. But hey,
Man,
you know.
that was awesome. Mac,
My favorite one was the cross-eyed cowgirl.
tell us.
And she said, she says, I want you to write a song called I Fell in Love with a Cross-Eyed Cowgirl. And she had on this red plastic cowboy hat, and skin-tight red satin pants, and little red boots. And I'm looking at her, I'm going, okay, this will be easy. Because I'm in love with a cross-eyed cowgirl. But I guess I'm gonna have to say goodbye, 'cause I'm just an old cockeyed cowboy. Lately we ain't seeing eye to eye. There you go.
The camera rolls
Waves are waiting on the next sensation. The camera rolls on.
You've been watching a Ladak Productions presentation.